Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure we had Hol Horse and Mondatta Part 1, where everyone's favorite gun stand cowboy, Hol Horse, showed back up. We had a really cool scene between him and Dio, actually, where we got a hint of the power of the world. Perhaps super speed, perhaps some sort of time stop, we're not really sure, but he definitely outmatches Hol Horse, that's for sure. And so Hol Horse went and got himself a new partner, the only one of the 9 great gods that we have beaten who is, well, in any condition to do anything, Mondatta. So yeah, the two of them got Mondatta's new prediction through Thoth, and they went and confronted Polnareff. And then Hol Horse had to stick his fingers up Polnareff's nose. And then the next thing in the prediction is that the Crusaders are just dead. So we're not sure. No one is really sure how we get to that point from there. So, yeah. It was a very odd episode. And now this is the continuation of that. So, yay. This is where I say no spoilers. Also, like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and get right into this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Here we go. Well, that happened. Poor Hol Horse. Man, I do like Hol Horse, as stupid as he is. He's a lovable goof, honestly. That is such delicious irony that while he was shot in his forehead, it basically grazed his head, but enough to do some damage and knock him out, which is exactly what happened to Avdol. Goodness, and that was 27 episodes ago that happened. Goodness. All right. Okay, short discussion. Let's just go, because there's no point in talking about this forever, so let's just go. What's next? What next? What do you do next? That was interesting. Just see, basically just, hold out to see what will happen before, the next prediction comes true. That was interesting. And then Polnareff trying to signal them with his tongue was interesting. It was funny, little goofy moment. And then the reason that Polnareff was able to, or they were able to get out of the way of the Emperor, was because Polnareff kept sneezing. So that was funny that that's what it was. So he sneezed, so then Hol Horse would have missed, and that happened again when he missed Jotaro. That was cool. The truck was interesting. That's how they got knocked out. It's interesting that they say that Jotaro wasn't hit straight on like the rest of them, despite the fact that Jotaro was in the middle of the group. So how could he not have been hit like that? Like, how did Joseph get hit worse than Jotaro? Also, because we just haven't had any confirmation, and now I'm getting the feeling that we won't, because I'm getting the feeling this is the end of Hol Horse. Although it'd be cool if we saw him again sometime. I do want to know, could Star Platinum catch one of the Emperor's bullets? Because that was one of the first things we saw with Star Platinum, was he could catch a bullet fired at point blank, So, could Star Platinum catch one of the Emperor's bullets? That's a question I wish we could get an answer for, Because, they've said before that Avdol was actually one of the biggest threats to Hol Horse and Centerfold, because his flames could burn away the bullets, or burn away the reflections for Centerfold. And they say that again here, where Hol Horse says, "I can't let Avdol know I'm here because then I'm screwed." So that would be my question is, can Star Platinum catch one of the Emperor's bullets? I would imagine it can, just because Star Platinum is as OP as the story requires, So it didn't require him to catch the bullet for this story, but I imagine if that needed to happen, Star Platinum could do it, So it's like old school Superman. It's like Star Platinum is as strong as the writers need him to be at that time, So yeah, the truck was interesting, knocking them all out, putting them all out of commission for a little bit. And I do actually like that they didn't jump the gun on it, that Hol Horse waited to get the next prediction of how they were going to kill them. So I do like that, because that's the thing, is that it just showed, oh well, they've lost consciousness because of all the blood loss. So now now's your chance, but it never said how they would win. So I do actually like that Hol Horse. I mean, honestly, Hol Horse was being smarter about Mondatta's powers than Mondatta was, honestly, than Mondatta and Zenyatta were. So, but not smart enough to actually win. Although part of it really isn't his fault, So yeah, the pipes was an interesting thing, and then that would be how they kill Jotaro, but then that doesn't end up working, and it ends up going and hitting Hol Horse instead. So we had another reminder, that ordinary people can't see stands. So if Hol Horse brings out the Emperor and threatens someone, unless they're a stand user, they can't see the Emperor. Which I've never liked that rule, that you just can't see a stand. I think that's really stupid. I don't really like that rule, So, so that's the thing. Like that rule has never really, it serves no purpose really, And then I think back to when Jotaro fought Yellow Temperance. And, he's jumping around with Star Platinum, but Anne doesn't see Star Platinum. All she sees is, Jotaro, the one moment where he, leaps back, and then he misses, he doesn't grab onto the ledge, but then Star Platinum does. So it's what does that look like to her? How does Jotaro get back up there, from her point of view, I mean, basically what it ends up being is that they just don't see that, which they also had when they first met Anne. That shark that was coming there, that was going after her, suddenly Star Platinum shows up, but all she sees is this shark flailing around in the sky like it's being beaten up, but she can't see Star Platinum, And then the fact that there are a number of stands that break this rule anyway, Anyone can see that comic book, Anyone can see that comic book. Anyone could see, the sun or strength, the boat, There's a number of stands, Yellow Temperance, there's a number of stands that break that rule, so I don't see why it needed to be a rule to begin with, It's the same thing when I had the problem of, why is it that, in the Devil episode, Polnareff can't see through Silver Chariot. I thought that would be something where it's no, you can see and your stand can see something else, which I mean you kind of have with Star Platinum because he has his own eyesight going on, and Jotaro can tap into Star Platinum's eyesight. So yeah, the rules of stands, half of the rules I don't like, and the other half are really good and very interesting. But that is definitely one of them, that, ordinary people can't see stands. I think that is just stupid, I also found it, kind of going back a little bit, I also found it interesting that they say that, the truck came at them so quickly that none of them could activate their stands and do something about it. Which I also find to be a little crap, again, because, Jotaro, not even trying, but, Jotaro summoned Star Platinum and caught a bullet that he fired at point blank range. Like, I'm pretty sure Star Platinum is fast enough to knock that truck out of the way, and it's done that, too. Star Platinum, they got into a car crash during the Wheel of Fortune episode, and Star Platinum made sure that they weren't, killed, because he's that strong. So maybe it's like one of those weird things where it's like, in this episode, Star Platinum is not as strong as he normally is, so now I question why isn't he OP as hell, Anyway. And then we had the whole thing of shooting the pipes at high noon, which Hol Horse's watch was fast. I thought that was interesting. Now, that's not really his fault. Again, Hol Horse probably was using the predictions better than Mondatta ever did, Like, I feel like Hol Horse understood it best, and it would have worked, but he just didn't realize that his watch was fast. So that's why the prediction didn't come true, and instead went back and instead injured Hol Horse. So, yeah. And then we also had Mondatta's turnaround, which I thought that was interesting. I was waiting for, like someone to just kill him, like another stand user to kill him, which, I mean, Iggy decimated him, but still. But I was kind of waiting for, and I was kind of thinking, okay, well, this is during the day, and he's outside, so Dio can't just show up. But that was interesting when he was like, oh, I'm going to use my power to help people instead. Like, okay, that's an interesting character arc, I guess. I don't know how much his stand would really help people. I guess if he just, I don't know, maybe he becomes a fortune teller or something, that'd be kind of interesting. But yeah, I don't know. He could be like Sailor Mars. Who knows? But still. So that was interesting. But then it didn't work out because he got the shit kicked out of him by Iggy. And hey, I guess Iggy did something. I don't know. Iggy is a mistake. Can I just say that? Just plainly? Just Iggy serves no purpose. And I don't know. Now, here's the thing. Okay. You guys know, I watched through the credits to see if there's an after credits scene, and right when the preview starts up, I pause. But since I've switched over to Amazon, I'll pause before any dialogue shows up, but the subtitles start just the instant that I pause it. So I do see the line. The first line of the preview is it's Joseph saying, Iggy has always been somewhat of a loner. I swear to God, if we get an Iggy episode, he better be freaking useful. Like, I don't, he's not even like Chopper. Like, he's just useless, We brought him in, and he didn't actually help against, Indul. He was forced against Indul by Jotaro, So, I don't know. Iggy is very useless. He's like the Tuxedo Mask of this. I hope you're enjoying these Sailor Moon references. They're not going to go away anytime soon because that's what I'm currently going through the Sailor Moon manga and doing reviews and such. And I'm also watching the anime, so that's beside the point anyway. That's it. That was it. Still a fun 2 episodes. You kind of wish it was 1 episode, but whatever. A fun 2 episodes. I like Hol Horse, so I'm all right with that. But yeah, maybe next episode we'll get to something better. I don't know. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. Support me on Patreon, follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.